Welcome back to my channel. Today we explore the value of specific coins, the top 5 most valuable Abraham Lincoln wheat penny. First up, the 1940 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark is one of those coins that many people have seen, but very few truly understand. This coin was made in the year 1940 at the Philadelphia Mint, and that is why there is no mint mark under the date. During this time, the United States was slowly preparing for a world that was changing fast, and coins like this penny were part of everyday life, moving through shops, markets, and pockets across the country. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series started in 1909 and continued until 1958, and it became one of the most collected coin series in American history. The 1940 penny features Abraham Lincoln on the front, with his profile facing right and the words "In God We Trust" above his head, "Liberty" on the left, and the date below. On the back of the coin, there are 2 wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, with the phrase "A pluribus unum" at the top. This simple design is instantly recognizable and loved by collectors all over the world. In 1940, a very large number of these pennies were made, which means the coin is common compared to key dates in the series. Because of this high production, the value of the coin depends almost entirely on its condition. A worn condition coin is one that has been used in circulation for many years. On a worn 1940 wheat penny, the details on Lincoln's hair and coat are soft, the wheat lines on the reverse are smooth, and the coin may appear dark or dirty from age and handling. Even though the coin is worn, it still has value beyond 1 cent because it is made of mostly copper and because collectors enjoy owning older wheat pennies. In today's market, a 1940 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in worn circulated condition is usually worth about 20 cents to 50 cents in dollars. Some may sell slightly higher or lower depending on how worn the coin is, but most fall within this range. Many people see online listings showing very high prices and think their worn penny is worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. In reality, those prices usually belong to coins in perfect uncirculated condition or coins with rare errors. A normal worn 1940 penny without a mint mark does not reach those values. It is important to be realistic and understand that condition is everything in coin collecting. Still, this coin is special because it represents American history. It circulated during a time when the country was recovering from the Great Depression and standing on the edge of World War II. Millions of people used this exact type of penny to buy food, newspapers, and everyday items. Holding one today connects us directly to that era. Collectors often keep worn 1940 wheat pennies as part of date sets or childhood collections. Even though the value in dollars is small, the historical and educational value is much bigger. For new collectors, this coin is a perfect starting point because it is affordable, easy to find, and rich in history. So, if you have a 1940 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in worn condition, you should know that its value in today's market is generally under $1, but its true worth lies in its age, its story, and its place in American coin history. It may not make you rich, but it makes you a keeper of a small piece of the past. Next up, the 1935 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark is a classic American coin that many collectors seek because of its age, its condition, and its place in the long-running Lincoln Wheat series. Produced at the Philadelphia Mint, the 1935 wheat penny features the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the word "Liberty" to the left and the motto "In God We Trust" above his head. The date 1935 is below Lincoln's shoulder, and on the reverse, the design shows 2 wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America with "E pluribus unum" at the top. This design remained consistent for decades and became one of the most beloved and recognized American coin types. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series began in 1909, the centennial of Lincoln's birth, and continued until 1958, making these coins an important part of United States history. Because so many were produced over so many years, there was a wide range of survival and condition for each date. The 1935 penny was struck in large numbers, and today examples are found in everything from worn circulated grades to high-quality collector pieces. A coin without a mint mark from this era comes from Philadelphia because other mints, such as Denver and San Francisco, use letters to identify their coins. Collectors describe extra fine condition as a coin that shows some wear on the highest points of the design, but still retains a great deal of original detail. On a 1935 Lincoln wheat penny in extra fine condition, the details of Lincoln's hair, cheek, and coat remain clear. The wheat stalks on the reverse are distinct, with only light wear on the tips of the grains. This level of condition attracts collectors who want pieces that are pleasing to the eye, but are not perfect uncirculated specimens. Because the coin has been used yet remains sharp, extra fine examples have above-average appeal on the collector market. When evaluating the current market value of a 1935 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in extra fine condition, it is important to understand that coin values change based on supply, demand, and the overall market for collectible coins. Today, most extra fine 1935 no mint mark pennies trade between $10 and $30, depending on the exact quality of the strike and overall eye appeal. A well-preserved example with strong detail and good color can attract buyers at the higher end of this range, while pieces with more noticeable wear or discoloration tend to sit near the lower end. These values reflect what collectors and dealers typically pay when the coins are offered for sale on online auction sites, coin forums, and in person at shows. It is also important to note that while this coin has value above face value, it is not among the extremely rare or high-dollar Lincoln cents. Instead, it occupies a middle ground where condition matters and extra fine examples represent a premium over common worn pieces. But even within extra fine, there can be subtle differences. A coin that shows bold details on Lincoln's jawline and strong wheat stalks throughout will be more desirable and valuable than one that is slightly faded or has minor surface marks. Collectors pay close attention to these traits when assessing value. For a collector looking to add this coin to a set or to hold as part of a date and mint mark collection, the extra fine 1935 no mint mark penny represents an achievable and satisfying acquisition. Because it is not excessively rare, the coin is accessible to many collectors, yet it still holds value significantly higher than a heavily worn circulated example. Many hobbyists enjoy tracking the subtle shifts in value over time as condition and market interest influence pricing. In everyday terms, if you were to sell or trade your extra fine 1935 Lincoln wheat penny today, you might expect offers in the range of about $15 to $30. Cash prices vary by dealer type, location, and timing, but this range reflects a realistic expectation based on current collector demand. Serious buyers look for extra fine pieces as affordable quality coins that enhance a collection without requiring investment in near-perfect or uncirculated grades. Understanding the context of this coin helps explain its value story. It comes from an era when pennies were made of mostly copper, when Lincoln's image had been on the cent for more than a quarter of a century, and when everyday Americans used these coins for daily purchases. Seeing a 1935 wheat penny in extra fine condition today connects us to that past and offers a tangible link to the history of everyday currency. For anyone interested in Lincoln wheat pennies, the 1935 no mint mark extra fine example is a meaningful piece worth exploring. Whether you're tracking values, building a set, or simply enjoying the history behind each coin, the value in today's market reflects both the condition and the ongoing interest in this classic series. If you want to learn more about how higher grades, such as uncirculated or certified coins, affect price, or what rare error varieties are worth, those topics are also worth exploring and discussing in future videos. Next up, the 1950 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark is a classic example of a mid-century American coin that many collectors enjoy. This penny was made in 1950, and because it was struck in Philadelphia, it carries no mint mark below the date. During this period, the Lincoln wheat penny was already a familiar part of daily life and was used by millions of people for everyday purchases across the country. The design of the Lincoln wheat penny began in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. The front of the coin shows Lincoln facing to the right with the words, "In God We Trust" above his head, "Liberty" to the left, and the date at the bottom. The reverse features 2 wheat ears on each side, with 1 cent and United States of America in the center, and E pluribus unum at the top. This design remained unchanged until 1958 and became one of the most loved designs in American coin history. A very large number of 1950 no-mint mark pennies were produced, which makes this coin common compared to rare key dates. Because of this, the value depends mainly on condition. Extra fine condition means the coin has light wear but still shows strong details. On an extra fine 1950 penny, Lincoln's hairlines are visible, his coat details are sharp, and the wheat stalks on the reverse still show clear lines and texture. The coin may show slight smoothness on the highest points, but overall it looks well preserved for its age. In today's market, a 1950 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in extra fine condition is generally worth between 50 cents and $1. Some attractive examples with better color and eye appeal may sell slightly higher, while coins with darker surfaces or minor marks may sell a little lower. These values reflect what collectors usually pay for this date and condition, and they are realistic prices rather than exaggerated claims. Many people become excited when they see high prices online, but it is important to understand that those prices often belong to coins in uncirculated condition or to rare error varieties. A normal 1950 no mint mark penny, even in extra fine condition, does not reach very high dollar amounts. Still, it is a respected and collectible coin because of its age and classic design. This penny also represents an important time in history. It circulated during the early years after World War II, when the United States was growing and changing rapidly. Millions of these pennies passed through stores, homes, and businesses, and today they serve as small reminders of that era. For collectors, the 1950 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark is often used to complete date sets or to teach new collectors about grading and condition. Extra fine examples are especially popular because they show strong detail while still being affordable. Even though the value is modest, the enjoyment and historical connection make this coin worth keeping. If you own a 1950 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in extra fine condition, you can be confident that its value in today's market is around $1 or less, but its real value lies in its history, its design, and its place in the long story of American coinage. Next up, the 1956 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny with a D mint mark is a piece of American history that many collectors seek to add to their collections. This penny was produced at the Denver Mint in 1956 and carries the small letter D beneath the date, indicating where it was made. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series started in 1909 and continued until 1958, when it was replaced with the Lincoln Memorial reverse. The wheat penny was the first regular-issue United States coin to feature a real person on the obverse, and that fact alone makes the series interesting to new and experienced collectors alike. The design of the coin shows Abraham Lincoln on the front, with the inscription "In God We Trust" above his head, "Liberty" to the left, and the date with the mint mark to the right. The reverse features 2 stylized wheat ears on each side, framing the words 1 cent and United States of America with E pluribus unum above. This simple and classic design remained unchanged for decades and is instantly recognized by coin enthusiasts all over the world. In 1956, the Denver Mint produced millions of these coins, making the 1956 D one of the more common dates in the wheat penny series. Because of this high production, the value of the coin in today's market is driven primarily by condition rather than scarcity. A coin in good condition means it has been in circulation and shows significant wear. On a good graded penny, the major details are worn down, but the date and mint mark are still readable, and the outline of Lincoln and the wheat stalks are visible, even if smooth. Even though a 1956D wheat penny in good condition shows wear, it still carries value beyond its face value because collectors often fill holes in their date and mint mark sets with coins in affordable grades. In today's market, a 1956D Lincoln wheat penny in good condition typically sells for around 15 cents to 50 cents. A few examples with slightly better eye appeal or stronger details might command prices toward the higher end of that range, but most exchange hands within these values. It is important for viewers to understand that coins in good condition are not graded at the high end of the scale, and therefore do not bring substantial dollar values. The most valuable examples of Lincoln wheat pennies are those in uncirculated and mint state condition with full original surfaces and sharp detail. A worn, good grade coin will always be worth less than examples in extra fine or uncirculated grades, but for beginning collectors, good condition coins are affordable entry points into the hobby. Some listings online may show higher prices for 1956D wheat pennies, but these typically refer to rare era varieties or coins that are actually in much better condition than good. When you compare coins side by side, professionals look at the overall wear, the sharpness of key design elements, and the quality of the surface to determine the grade and value. The 1956D Lincoln wheat penny also tells a story about the era in which it circulated. In the mid-1950s, pennies were used every day in cash transactions, and many people saved them in jars and drawers, not knowing that one day they would become collectible pieces of numismatic history. Finding one of these coins in a collection or change can connect you to that time and give you a small piece of everyday American life from over half a century ago. For collectors building a complete Lincoln wheat penny set, a 1956D in good condition fills an important place and reflects the common circulation grade that many coins experience. The dollar values for these coins remain modest, but they are still fun to collect and study. If you have a 1956D Abraham Lincoln wheat penny in good condition and want to sell or trade it, understanding the market and realistic dollar values will help you get a fair exchange. In summary, this coin's value in today's market is generally under $1 for a good condition example, but its worth goes beyond price and into the enjoyment of collecting and learning about American coins and history. Next up, the 1958 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark is a significant coin because it comes from the final year of the wheat penny series. This coin was struck in Philadelphia, which is why there is no mint mark. The wheat penny design had been in use since 1909, and by 1958 it was familiar to generations of Americans. On the obverse of the coin is the portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing to the right, with the words, "In God We Trust" above his head, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1958 at the bottom. On the reverse are the two wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent and United States of America with E pluribus unum above. This design is simple yet iconic, and it represents nearly 50 years of everyday American coinage. A 1958 penny without a mint mark in good condition means the coin has circulated for years and shows noticeable wear. On a good condition coin, the high points of Lincoln's hair and coat are worn smooth, the wheat stalks on the reverse are flattened, and many of the finer details have faded. Despite the wear, the date and major design elements are still readable, and the coin remains a genuine example of this historic series. Because millions of 1958 pennies were made in Philadelphia, this date is not considered rare in basic circulated grades, but it still holds interest for collectors because it represents the end of the wheat penny era. When we talk about the value in dollars for a 1958 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in good condition, we are evaluating what collectors are willing to pay above the face value. In the current market, a typical good condition 1958 no mint mark wheat penny usually trades for a small premium over face value. Most of these coins sell for about 15 cents to 50 cents. Coins that have attractive color or slightly better detail within the good grade may bring prices toward the higher end of this range, but the majority fall within a modest dollar value. The coin's worth is influenced by condition, demand, and how many similar quality coins are available to buyers. Some people might see listings with higher asking prices, but it's important to understand that actual selling prices are what reflect true market value. A worn 1958 penny without a mint mark in good condition does not usually reach high dollar amounts because it was produced in large quantities, and examples in this grade are common. Higher values are typically reserved for coins in higher grades, such as very fine or uncirculated condition, where details are stronger and the overall look is more appealing. Despite the modest dollar value, a 1958 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in good condition remains a meaningful piece of American coin history. This coin circulated at a time when small change was a regular part of everyday life, and it represents the final chapter of a beloved series. Many collectors seek to complete sets that include all dates and major condition levels, and the 1958 Philadelphia penny is an essential part of that timeline. If you are new to coin collecting, a 1958 wheat penny in good condition is a great example to learn about condition grading and market value. It shows how wear affects a coin's appearance and why collectors pay more for coins that retain original detail. While the value in today's market for a 1958 no mint mark penny in good condition may only be a fraction of a dollar, the history it carries and the story it tells make it a coin worth discovering and understanding. Owning this coin connects you to decades of American commerce and the long tradition of Lincoln pennies that began almost half a century earlier. It stands as a reminder of the everyday currency used by generations and remains a collectible piece for those who appreciate the rich history behind even the simplest coins. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more coin collecting content. See you in next time. Happy collecting!